Yo, yo, yo. I wanted to go through and just make a video of all my pickups from this summer. I haven't made a video in a while, so thought it'd be fun just to go through and show some of the things that I've been getting into lately. So we'll just get it started here. Only one ticket today for you card people, and it's going to be this one here. This was Doc Ellis's last appearance, and so I was able to get that through Facebook page, through Boogers, and Doc Ellis character. He's known for his no hitter on LSD, and that ticket is like a grail. And there's another one that I like to get where he threw at 3 Cincinnati Reds to start a game, and then he was tossed. But I've got this one, and that's pretty fun. So, all right, and then I've got these two here. Now these are from the 1992 Milwaukee Brewers programs of the leadoff program that they had. And there's 2 other ones that are in this set of Raleigh Fingers and Gorman Thomas. I'm trying to get all 4. It's when you find them, they're generally in really good shape, because people didn't really look at the magazines or whatever. But it's a cool set, and I love the artwork. So I would like to get the other 2. I have seen the Raleigh Fingers, although it was already torn out and not in great shape. I need to find one in a magazine, so I'm on the hunt for that. If anybody out there from the Milwaukee area happens to have either of those, get at me. I don't want to spend, $20 on a magazine, but you probably could talk me into 10. So, then next up here is this 79 signed George Brett. If you've watched my videos at all for any length of time, you know that I'm trying to build a 79 signed set. I did most of it through the mail. I'm down to needing 13 or 14 more SIGs to get all of it. One I feel like is potentially impossible with Eugenio Coates, who lives in Puerto Rico, and I am trying to find a way to contact him. He has like 4 different Facebook pages, though, and none of them are active. Then I also have like Thurman Munson to get, and Whitey Herzog, and a few others. But the Thurman Munson one is going to be the most expensive. Whitey Herzog is not easy to find. And then there's like another 8 or 9 that are almost impossible to find as well. So time will tell if I get them all. But, I'm working towards it, and knocking out George Brett is pretty great. I think the last Hall of Famer that I still need is a Willie Stargell. So I just need to find one in my price range, because those are always asking. People are always asking for way more than it should go for. After that, I've got a signed Bob Uecker Rookie Parade. This is a Top Archives. I believe it's from 2001. So, but it's signed and just like they enlarged his Rookie Parade original photo, which had 4 of the floating heads. So have that one. I'm actually sending this one off to PSA pretty soon to get slabbed as part of an autograph set that I'm building. Then I've got this hilarious one, Merkel pulls boner. These baseball scoops cards are pretty fun. I've got one of Eddie Goodell that I've shown in the past. But, the headline, come on. What more do you want? Then I got this Hank Aaron card. These are 1978 TCC. They're, the card stock, it almost feels like it's like a duplicate, but this is how they came up. I've got this one. I've actually got another one at PSA right now, but I found this one for next to nothing, so I scooped it up. Depending on how the other one grades, I'm going to kind of just gauge that and see if I should send this one in or not. But pretty cool card, and it's, oddball stuff. And then, I don't know, I picked up this Christian Yelich. He was going to be doing a public signing at Summerfest, I think, and I didn't get the card in time, so I didn't even bother going. But I figured I bought it, and hopefully I can get it signed at some point here in the near future. He'll do a signing or something. And then last but not least here of the raw cards is this Denzel Clark. Topps Now. I love Topps Now. This catch was insane. So, I snagged one that day. It was a couple bucks. But, just, again, these Topps Now cards are super fun. And I don't chase them. I know some people are like in clubs and whatever and Facebook groups that they buy like 500 of each card hoping they get a parallel or a low number or a signed or whatever. And I just like having the card, and I'm happy with that. All right, then I've got a stack of slabbed cards here. I'm going to try to keep this under 20 minutes, so hopefully I'm not rambling too much. But I got this 2000 Pacific Crown Royale Derek Turnbow in a PSA 10. Getting 10s in these are like impossible. And Derek Turnbow was a great story for the Brewers for about a season and a half before he completely fell off. But during that season and a half, I was absolutely in love with him. He was the closer. He was an all-star. He threw a crazy good changeup and curveball, and I think he gassed at about 98, 99. He was just untouchable, and then it all fell apart. But again, during that year and a half, it was a lot of fun to see him coming out of the pen, and still trying to find a Brewers game-used jersey of Turnbow. So again, if anybody out there has one, get at me. I'd love to get one in my collection. I do have one of his Angels ones from his rookie year, so cool. But as a Brewers guy, I want the Brewers one. All right, and then I'm going to just kind of run through these quick. In previous videos, I was making a set of all the Churio Topps Now rookies. So this one comes with Jackson Merrill, Jackson Holiday, and Jackson Churio. Having the three on there. There was another one where all three of them hit a triple on the same day. So I have that one as well. But there's like maybe 10 of these different cards that Churio had. And I think I've got all of them now, but I could still be missing one. I got to look at the checklist. This one's from his wild card debut in the playoffs last year. This one is when he made the Rookie Cup team. And then I've got like another 6 or 7 that are graded that are off somewhere. So I think I completed the set, but those are pretty cheap cards, $30 each or whatever, and just a fun set to build and be excited about a player from your home team. Mizrowski's the other guy, but I haven't dug into any of his cards yet. I feel like the price is still a little high and that those are going to dip down, and he's had a couple of shaky outings recently, so hopefully he can turn those around. And but in the meantime, I'm holding off on him. All right, I do have this next card in a Topps 9, or next player in a Topps 9, but when I saw this one, this hand-cut Yount host his card in a 10 for what I felt was very reasonable, I pulled the trigger on it right away. I think these are, relatively low pop, but to get a 10 in anything from the 70s is like ridiculous. And I like these oddball cards, so was excited to get that in my hands. Similarly, this 75 SSPC Yount rookie, also in a 10. Again, super affordable. If you can't get a Topps in a 10. I mean, you can, but you need a lot of money, like 6 figures, to be thrown around. 9s are right around 3,500, I think, right about now. So I'll cue you guys in. This is about 3 or 4% of that. So yeah, you can get this for probably $150, $200. I'm thinking. Just be patient. You'll find one. But again, pretty cool. And Yount rookie in a 10 all day. Continuing with my rookie theme here, I've been buying more like modern Hall of Famers and trying to get their rookie cards. I'm saving up for some bigger cards, but it's fun to go shop for some other things here and there too. So I got this 88 Fleer Update Biggio Glossy for my Hall of Fame set in a 10. And all of these I kind of figured are their best card to get for like base, except for one, and I'll point that out later. So there's Biggio, Glavin Tops. I have his Tiffany in a 9, but now I've got this one in a 10. So then I got a 91 Tomei Bowman in a 10. And then for like, I don't know how much this was. I felt like this was like cheaper than grading. And so is the next one. But this one in a 10 for an upper deck. So, I mean, for like $20 and grading is $25 to get a Hall of Famer rookie in a 10. I mean, come on. So, and then this Pudge Rodriguez. I really do want his Bowman as well. But again, this was like, I think I got it for like $23 with free shipping. And that's cheaper than you're going to get from PSA, and you're not going to get a 10 from PSA for this card. I mean, you might have a couple of years ago. Your odds of getting it now are very slim to nothing, and like, why even chance it? Just, pull the trigger on something that is going to be a 10. And then, so that's that run. I've got more from COMC that I've been buying up, and I'm going to be getting those in the mail. I sent in like 6 cards through PSA through them, and so when those get returned, which should be in any day, any week now, then I'm going to get all those shipped back, and I'll make a video of all the stuff I've been buying off of COMC. But then, let's see. I was going to show this next card, but I think I should hold off on that one. I decided to put together the full run of Hank Aaron cards. And so I've been slowly trying to pick up, well-centered cards in a grade that I prefer. I kind of figured that in the 50s, those will be kind of like 6s, in the 60s, 7s, and in the 70s, 8s. Even 9s are pretty expensive. So, I'm just going to kind of take that, depending on my price point and whatever. But I got this 65, and that one presents really well. And then I have this 67, which I think is really nice. Touch off center left to right, but again, I really like it. It's pretty close. And then the last one that I have here is this 71 Tops. I did make an exception on 71 because of the black borders. If you want an 8 on this, you're going to be paying way more. And, I'd rather take the difference and find another Aaron card that I want. So that's kind of something I've been building. I've found a couple more on COMC, but it's really hard to find graded cards, not only that you like on COMC, but that aren't priced like crazy amounts. I've found that, a lot of sellers on there, either they haven't touched their prices in a long time, or they intentionally overpriced, and it's just, you try to make an offer with them, and it might be a card that's, let's just say $300. They want $500 for it, and the minimum price they're willing to take is $450 when, you go on eBay and they're $250, $300 all day. The one thing COMC could do is add kind of like a messenger thing, similar to how eBay does when you make an offer, have a conversation about the card itself. COMC does reach out to me here and there, and I think that's something I'm going to bring up to them, in the future. So, it'd be nice just to reach out and be like, hey, this is a little bit off from what previous sales are, and if they really want to sell the card, I think they'd be willing to work with you. So that's just my 2 cents, but I digress. And then lastly, this one is pretty sweet. This Pinnacle set of the Skylines is awesome. And getting 10s in this, again, almost impossible. They're prone to chipping and whatever. But I've been looking at this one and the Frank Thomas forever. And the Frank Thomas one, he's looking over Lake Michigan and there's a bunch of sailboats. The photo itself and the imagery I think is better, but I mean, Ken Griffey Jr. is a stud. So I liked him way more growing up. And so, I pulled the trigger on this one. I would like to get the Frank Thomas eventually. And then from there, I think there's 12 cards. You might as well just build the set. But, for now, I'm pretty stoked on this. And there's only so many sets you can be actively building and have, not have unlimited funds. So yeah, that's it. That's my summer pickups. And I've got another video. I did get one more card to complete a set. And I'm going to have that come out sometime next week. So you can look forward to that. Feel free to comment, like, subscribe, do all that nonsense. And you'll catch me again, hopefully sooner than later. All right. Peace.